I'm Marika.
And I'm Miles.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Because we don't. You guys, we fucking don't. Play the jingle. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi. We're back in my bedroom, safe and sound.
With good audio.
Great audio. I mean, by the time you listen to this, you'll have heard last week's episode that came to you super late. I'm sorry. It's a mess.
Oh my god. Miles, I can't believe that happened to you. Like, no electricity. I'm like, when you first told me, like, you have no electricity, I honestly thought, like, did you just forget to pay your bill? Like, I thought, like, is Miles, like, having, like, financial trouble, which is, like, so unlike you? And I'm like, maybe Miles just forgot or something.
Oh, no. I was riding that wave of...
Stealing.
No, they...
Stealing.
They left it on. There's a metaphor in here somewhere, you know?
You'd be like squatters?
It's like how when you are on the L platform and they're like, the heat is only available from November 1st until March 31st, but then it's still on in April, and you just enjoy it. You know? It's just still on. They left it on. So I just enjoy the electricity I had. I got a good few, discounted months of it. Please don't come after me. And, yeah, and then I had to live without it for 2 days. Mm-hmm. Okay, so every week we do our fails of the week. That's how we start this clown show. Mm-hmm. And my fail was on Thursday. I went on a date. It was great. Hopefully there's a second date, but you never know. You don't know.
No. Mm-hmm.
So I was biking home. The weather is so nice. Like, was such good biking weather on Thursday. I like a long sleeve shirt with my jacket open. It's just like I'm not sweating, but it's not too cold. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I was like, you know what? I should really do the responsible thing and stop by the grocery store. Didn't really plan for that. I only have my backpack. Usually I bring a tote bag and I tie that around my bike bar so I can have like the soft things like eggs and bread in there, and then the other stuff in my backpack. I was like, I'll just get a few things from Aldi. Okay, as usual, I grab way too much, and I'm like, I'll just jam it in my backpack. And I'm at the register, and I'm like, hey, can I get a plastic bag? And she's like, oh, we're out. And I was like, but I need that plastic bag because I bought too much. She's like, we have these nicer, like, plastic bags with, like, plastic handles, like, hard plastic handles for 75 cents. And I was like, well, I can't. I'm like, I don't want to get that one because, like, I can't wrap it around the bar of my bike. It's a hard plastic handle. Okay. Soft plastic, you can, tie in a knot. They're like, or I have paper. And I'm like, I'll just do paper. It'll be, like, fine. I'll get a paper bag. So I jam my backpack full of shit. I put, like, I also had to buy toilet paper, which is the worst. For people that don't have a car, toilet paper is a giant soft item that takes up basically all of the room that you have.
Yeah, even in your car.
And I bought chips, which take up a ton of space. So in a paper bag.
Did you buy salsa for these chips?
No, I had salsa in the fridge because my friend Michael left me salsa, and I still have it.
Okay, good. Because Miles doesn't eat tortilla chips, like, dry.
Yeah, because people eat potato chips dry.
But you have to, like, Miles's fridge is, like, bare. Like, bare at all
times. It's because it's just me, and, like, I can't get that much when you go to the grocery store.
And he buys dry, unsalted peanuts, okay? Dry, roasted, unsalted peanuts. Like, who does that? Miles does, apparently. He does. Not apparently, he does.
So, I don't know. I just, like, do they taste as good? No. Do they taste fine? Sure. So, it's fine.
Live your best life, Miles!
Like, live your high cholesterol life.
You just drink more water! Whatever. Okay, continue, sorry.
So, I'm like, let's just do this, bitch. So, I'm in the paper bag. This is important just so you know what's going to happen later. I put toilet paper, bananas, chips, maybe something else, can't remember. So I'm biking. I still have to bike like 3 more miles to go home. biking it. That bag is... Oh, sorry. No, wait. The chips are not in that bag. I have a cup holder on my bike, and I crunch the giant bag of tortilla chips, like, somehow into the cup holder. So it's, like, moving back and forth while I'm biking. I'm trying to, like, balance it with my, like, thighs, like, so the chips don't fall on the street.
Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, hold a paper bag with one hand and use my other hand to do the brakes and stuff.
Oh, my God.
So then I'm at Clybourne and Belmont. Green light to go. I'm in the bike lane. A banana falls onto the street in half. And the bag is like completely ripped open. And I'm like in the street and I was like, well, like I can't go through the intersection because I'll lose everything right now. And like all these cars, and I'm like thinking about the drivers. I'm like, what are they thinking of me right now? Like I have a torn paper bag. I'm holding toilet paper in one arm, and I'm picking up bananas off the street. And chips.
Oh my God.
Like, what are they? Are they sorry for me? This mess that I completely caused myself. This is only my own fault. Only my own fault.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's...
And I'm like, I went on a great date, an amazing bike ride, and now it's just turned to shit so fast. It was so dumb.
Oh my God.
So I had to walk over to the side of the road next to a chain link fence next to like an empty lot to break the entire banana hand apart so I could jam them where I needed to. Bread. That was also in the bag. Then hold the chips and the bread onto my handlebar with one hand. Mm-hmm. And then the toilet paper, scoot my hands in on the handlebar so it's more, I'm holding the handlebar the bike handlebar more narrowly, and hold the toilet paper between my two wrists, essentially, just squeezing it with my forearms.
Oh my God.
Can I really use a brake? Not really, because if I brake, the toilet paper is going to fall on the street. So I just have to kind of like not do that for the rest of the ride, and it's like not safe, and like, but I did it.
Okay, all right. Let's like walk through like how this all could have like
Don't buy toilet paper. Just don't. You get a bidet.
Yeah. Also, you need to get a bigger backpack for all these fucking groceries that you buy.
I do. I need to get a grocery backpack, and that's like a thing that I forget about, and then I remember. And like, also, like, I should get a basket on my bike, but.
Also that.
Yeah. This is a self-inflicted wound. I was just a little too overambitious, and then.
Yeah.
I need to get better situated, though. You're right. I need to get better situated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have two fails. Okay. Let's have Miles pick. Okay. There's a sexual one, and there's a drunk one.
What's the other one?
The other one was my friend, I think, asked me to do a threesome with him and his wife.
Whoa.
But I didn't take it as that. This is all through text message. Okay. And maybe I should read it. He was asking me, like, hey, we should go get a drink sometime, whatever. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, we should. So then, we're talking about also, like, how I work a lot. And he's like, I'll be submitting my Sugar Mama application then. I'm like, what? LOL? And he's like, yeah, LOL, don't mind me, just being an idiot. I'm like, okay, LOL, like, just like,
yeah.
Let me just laugh this off. It's like, you never seen the Sugar Mama application? And I'm like, nope.
I brought it back up.
And then he's like, but you know what a Sugar Mama is, right? Like, yes, come on. Like,
yeah.
Okay, like, just checking. You sometimes surprise me. Well, I'll be in need of one. So if you become one, I'm applying. And I say, but you're married. Also, I'm nowhere near becoming one. And he's like laughing my ass off. And he says, well, she likes women too. So, and I'm like, open marriage? And I say like, wow, you're so lucky. Because I kind of think, open marriages are kind of cool or whatever.
Is it an open marriage? Is that what he meant?
I don't know, but he said his wife hates titles, so I don't know. And then he's like, because we are best friends and we love being with each other. And I'm like, that's so cute. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're so lucky. And it's like, haha, you think so? I'm like, well, would you actually do something like that?
That's what you asked.
That's what he said. That's what he asked me.
Oh. And
I took it as, like, would I do something like that in general with my life? Like, with my significant other. Right. He's like, instead he's like asking me to be involved in his relationship.
Yes, he is.
And at this time, I was working, so I was kind of like not focused on the texting, so I was like, distracted. So I said, like, I think I would be too jealous, but always up for discussion. And then he says, she isn't 100% on board yet, though. We're talking about it, but she's like, idea exploring. And I'm like, I feel like after 10 years, I would get the itch. And it would make sense, like, and like, he's like laughing my ass off, I hope not. So basically I took it as like, he's asking me like, oh, like, would you be open for something like that, like, for you when you get married or something? Not, they're like, oh, do you want to be a throuple? Or have a threesome? Or, he didn't really blatantly ask me that.
Do you think you could bring it back up? Or
I probably should, but he'll probably bring it up again. When we go out for a drink. And I'll do it beforehand when we, like, go out for a drink before. I'm like, hey, just to let you know, like, I took that as something else. Like, I'm not into that. I'm not, yeah.
You're not into that?
No. Into what?
Would you want to have a threesome with this couple?
No.
Oh.
No. Because I, like, misunderstood what he was saying to me. Because he thinks I'm going for it. Like, I'm open to that. To, like, have, like, a threesome.
Okay.
But I'm, like...
Not.
I told, like, one of my other friends about this, and she's like, Marika, you have to, like, tell him. You have to, like, correct what you do. Said. Yeah. I'm like, probably.
Yeah. Well, if he brings it up again.
I'm sure he will. Because I think this is, like, not this first time this is, like, kind of, like, happened. Like, but this is, like, a real, like, blatant, like, very obvious. Other times he's, like, just hinted that he wants to fuck me. So.
Sounds nice.
Is it, though?
I don't know. No one's hinting that at me.
It's been, like, 3 years since I've had a penis inside me, so this current year, the third year it's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. Because I think about sex all the time. All the time. Right now.
Right now, listeners.
Yeah. So I feel very overwhelmed by my horniness.
Guys, that's our topic. Our topic is I don't know how to be whelmed.
It's like, I know you could be overwhelmed and underwhelmed, but can you, like, just be whelmed?
Can you?
In Paris, you can.
Wait, do you want a piece of bread?
I don't want any of your bland food. With, like, no fat, acid, or heat.
We're back. I'm eating bread.
Okay, alright. Yeah. Okay, just to paint you guys a picture, Miles just, like, he just stopped the conversation and he's like, hey, do you want a piece of bread? I need a piece of bread. And I'm like, do you have butter? He's like, no.
I'm hungry and I don't want to have low energy levels for the podcast.
But, like, I don't understand, like, why are you okay with, like, bland food? Like, I don't understand. Like, why?
I don't know. I have a weaker sense of smells. Maybe my sense of taste isn't as demanding.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's probably nice.
This bread could be this could be an amazing sandwich, but I'm okay just eating it as bread because I like, like Oprah, I like bread.
Right, but she has bread and butter and, like, olive oil, and, like, you don't have any of those things.
I'm not rich like Oprah, you know. I took a slice of Aldi oat bread because I didn't have my multigrain, so I had to get oat. And shove that in my mouth hole. You know? God,
now you're shoving a banana
in my mouth hole.
That's from the ground.
Just fell on the street. My street banana.
Okay, so, yeah, guys, can we feel, like, whelmed? Like, what is that? What's whelmed?
I want that. Whelmed sounds like heaven. You know?
Peace.
Whelmed is like, all the shit you have to do is done.
Like...
That's whelmed.
Being satisfied?
Kind
responsibilities?
Because I get overwhelmed by all the shit that I have to do. Like, I try to check myself on it more, but, like, I think I talked about this in, like, very early episodes of this podcast, but, like, especially on Sundays, when Sunday's, like, the prep for the weekday, whatever, I'll, like, it'll be, like, 10 a.m., and I'm, like, already failed. Today's already over, because I didn't go to the gym, didn't go to the grocery store, didn't make any food for the week, and it's, like, 10 a.m., and I'm, like, too late now. Might as well just... Because I'm that overwhelmed. I'm like, might as well just do nothing.
Oh, my God. Do you want to go to the grocery store today?
No, I hate the grocery store. But do I need to go as usual? Yes. But the Aldi by me is under renovation, so fuck. And I went to Jewel and it was so expensive. But no, lately I've just like been feeling overwhelmed because like work's been like really busy and like in kind of like a fun like firing on all cylinders kind of way.
Okay, yeah.
Like, ooh, we're like so productive, but it is a lot. So I haven't really gotten too overwhelmed like at my actual job. I've been able to handle that, but it's like after work, like we've been working later, and I'm just very like drained from work. But then it's like, oh, but you still gotta go to the grocery store and like try to go to the gym and like edit this podcast and like go on a date, and like it's like just a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
It is, and like I just get tired. Like I want to go to bed like at like 11 or 10. Like
a.m. or p.m.?
p.m.
Oh, I had like a day like last week where I like got up at 9 a.m. and at 11 a.m. I was like I need to go back to sleep. Like I have no energy. Like I was trying to get dressed and I just couldn't even do that because I was like I didn't have the focus and the energy to like put an outfit together. I was like I need to lie down.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like my depression though. Well, not exactly because I didn't really try to do anything. I was just like, let me just go on my phone and then fall asleep to Friends again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I don't even do a lot as much as you do, I feel like. And, like, I just work and try to work out. That's, like, me being successful, I feel like. It's like, if I make it in the morning to go work out before work, and then I come, like, that's a successful day for me right now. And then I'm trying, I just feel very overwhelmed with, like, buying groceries also and food. Because I'm like, I'm fucking tired as fuck. And the last thing I want to do is, like, cook something.
Yeah.
And, like, can I just have, like, one day off? Like, apparently not.
No.
I can't have one day off, okay? Like, I can't have a day where I can do absolutely fucking nothing. It's impossible. And then I think about, like, oh my god, parents. Like, parents never have a day off from being a fucking parent.
They don't, but there's 2 of them.
Oh. Unless you're a single mom, which I'm probably going to be.
No. So, yeah, single mom, single dad is, But, like, if you're a couple, like, you have the strength of the unit. Like, you know, I'm at Aldi and the cashier's talking about how, like, her boyfriend her fiance is going to have dinner on the table when she gets home. You know? I'm like, we don't have that. We have to do it ourselves. They have a team. We don't have the team.
We don't have the team.
We're sinks. Single income, no kids. You know? They're dinks. Double income, no kids. But we're sinking. We're sinking into that water. So, it's hard sometimes.
It's so hard. Like, that's why I really would like a significant other is because, like, I won't feel, at least, like, where you can be overwhelmed together. You know?
Yeah, I feel like you'd be overwhelmed less, right? Because...
Maybe. But then maybe you're worried about your significant other or your spouse, like, how they're doing.
That's true, yeah.
But it's easier to worry about someone else's problems than your own.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so.
I feel like someone else would, like, kick my ass into gear, too. Because, like, I do get overwhelmed when I have, like, on these days off and stuff where I'm, like, today I was, like, okay, I should go to the grocery store. I also need to clean up because my brother was here. Like, I should probably clean this condo a little bit. There's clothes everywhere. I need to do the dishes. Like, I need to do laundry. I need to finish editing last week's episode. And so I'm just no. I'm going to lie in my bed. I'm going to read fucking Yoshihiro Tatsumi, A Drifting Life, and read about his life and just, like, escape. But I feel like if there was a significant other, they'd be like, okay, let's go. Miles, let's do it. Like...
Yes.
Or I'd be held more accountable. They'd be like, you've been lying down for 2 hours, you know? But with just me, I could do whatever I want.
Though. Maybe they would lay down with you.
But I feel like I would be more self-conscious if I was the other person. I'd be like, we can't do this. We need to go. Like, we need to get up and... Because it'd be another person's eyes on me. Eyes on me. But
eyes on me.
Alone... Yeah.
But isn't that wonderful? Just, like, laying down and not doing anything.
It is wonderful.
Is that being whelmed? Is that whelmed?
I didn't feel whelmed. I did not feel whelmed.
Like, just, like, I feel like whelmed is also, like, the simple pleasures of, like, life. Like, just, like, like, just laying in bed and, like, looking at your phone and watching your favorite show and like basically like anything involving laying down for me is like the best ever. I feel like overwhelmed, especially with cleaning too. Like my room is a room of a teenager, but not when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager in high school, like my room is clean. There's no clothes on the ground. I would like pretty much like pick out my outfit the day before. My closet wasn't like a mess like it is now. Like then like my desk was like clean. Like but as I get older, it's like, and my mom's not around to judge the shit out of me.
See, that was another person to judge.
Yeah.
Now I live in this judgment-free zone until, you know, my brother visits and says my bathroom's disgusting, and I'm like, I know, I'm busy. And when I'm not busy, I'm tired from being busy. So
yeah,
because there's that whole like a responsibility to other people.
Right.
When it's a responsibility to yourself, it's like there is no rules. No rules.
It's like
just whatever.
It's anarchy.
Yeah, it is anarchy.
It's anarchy. Okay.
And that, yeah.
Isn't that nice though? Like that's like the pleasure of being an adult, I guess, right? Because like, for me growing up, I was like, I hated being constantly judged for every fucking thing I did, and like feeling a certain type of way when my mom just walks into the room, because you could feel fucking this energy of bitchiness. And I'm like, like just walking on eggshells. I'm like, okay, I can't deal with your bitchiness and asking a question while I'm answering the question. So okay, like we feel overwhelmed. Like how do we deal with that? Or we don't. We just ignore it, right?
Yeah, I mean, usually I just, like, lie down and I just, like, dick around on the internet because I'm like, I don't want to think about all the shit that I have to do. But then I'm like, Miles, if you use the time that you're dicking around to get the shit done, you could do it all.
Maybe, like, doing, like, a little list.
I know. I don't make to-do lists. I make them maybe, like, once every few months. My mom makes them every day. My twin brother makes them every day. I just, like, don't do that shit.
I used to do it at work, like, every day. Like list of students I had to call that applied with me.
I'll do them at work.
Yeah. But
just
I don't really... This session, I haven't really done it. I really need to get back on that. Because I really liked it. Because I didn't feel like... Looking at this list, like, I didn't feel, like, overwhelmed, like, writing it out or, like, looking at it or anything like that.
I think my thing with to-do lists is I'm just like, well, where... Like, you make that list, I'm like... Do I just have to carry this list around in my pocket? Do I have to carry that on this stupid piece of paper in my pocket all day? Do I do it on my phone? Then I have to, like, go into the Notes app and, like, pull it up and, like... You know, I wish I could just be, like, on my arm and I need it to be as easy as possible.
I used to write homework on my hand.
Really? On the palm of your hand?
Like, on the front.
On the...
Like, or, like, hey, don't forget this book. Like, don't forget your fucking math book that you need homework for.
I'll write things sometimes on my wrist because my watch covers it, like, simple things.
And do we talk about prevention? No. Do we want to?
How to prevent being overwhelmed?
Yeah. Probably just doing your shit. Because then we feel overwhelmed because there's so much shit to do, but it keeps piling on because we keep ignoring it.
Well, yeah, because you think, I mean, I know how it works, I just can't, like, solve it very well. Because you imagine everything at once. You imagine all 5 tasks at once. Right. And you just have to start with one of them. Yeah. And then you'll just get it done. But it's like, when you stare at all 5, you're like, well, I can't do this. That's how I am. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, it's too many fucking things. And I'm like...
It's really...
And then I look at my pattern in the past, and I'm like, well, think about all the other Sundays where I fucking fuck this up, so it's gonna... Miles, it's gonna happen again. That's who you are.
As a person.
It's who you are. You're not gonna be able to do this. You can't. That'd be like magic if it all happened.
Oh my god, magic.
And we're steadily going into Monday morning, and I have no thing to make for my lunch, so that's where it is.
Yeah, and then I have to go buy my lunch. I'm like, fuck.
Or make a lunch of sadness. Which is probably what's gonna happen.
What is that?
A lunch of sadness is when you don't have the proper ingredients to make a sandwich or really do anything. And I usually like to bring 2 lunches to work because I get hungry. I'll eat one at like 11 and I'll eat on like 2 or 3. So lunch of sadness is what honestly is probably gonna happen tomorrow morning. Is I'm gonna make rice and I'm gonna make black beans and season the beans and put them with the rice, and that's gonna be a fucking boring ass lunch. And then I'm gonna steal some hot sauce from somebody's hot sauce at work from the fridge, and put that in there. And I'm gonna wish that there was like chicken or green peppers or onions in this thing, and it's gonna be not any of that. And then that's what's gonna happen.
Oh my god, Violet's so sad. You don't even have lime.
I have lemon juice, but it's not the same.
It's not.
I do have onions, but knowing me, I will try to make this lunch while I'm getting ready for work tomorrow morning, so the onions aren't going to happen, because it needs to be things I can just leave on the stove while I'm running around getting dressed, which is rice and beans. I need a wife, okay? I need like a 1950s wife.
Oh, we do.
We all need her.
We all need her. For sure.
Just keeps the house.
And kisses you goodbye.
I mean, like, yes, was it crazy anti-women's society? Sure. But, like, the guy worked and didn't do all the crazy house stuff, and then she did all the crazy house stuff and didn't work, and it was split between two people.
Right.
And we're doing the whole thing.
Right. But I feel like that was shitty because, like, men at that time didn't think, like, oh, what do? You're just at home all day. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, they didn't appreciate
I'm sure there's men that did appreciate and, like, realize, like, oh, we're a dynamic, we're a team, like, you know, type of thing. So, what about, like, when you just feel, like, underwhelmed?
I think I worry about it the more financial investment there is, like going to a concert.
Oh, okay.
My brother and I went to a concert on Friday, and I worry, like, is it going to be as good as what we paid? It was like $60-something. And
nothing, but okay.
And we were in the very back. So I was like, ooh, is this going to be an underwhelming experience? Like, am I going to have as much fun as the
balcony
money
area?
is? No, back floor.
Ooh.
So it really wasn't bad. Like, it's the Chicago Theater, so it's, like, slanted. So we still had a good view of everything going on. But that ended up being fine. It's just those are situations where I worry about, like, am I going to get pissed because I threw my money away on a gamble?
Oh, my God.
Threw my money away. It's not like a $20 concert. It was, like, almost $70. Oh. I know you going to, like, $700 concerts.
I do.
$1,000 concerts, whatever.
I do. I just, like, I don't worry about that stuff with experiences, I don't think. Because I'm like, well, because this is how I look at that stuff. When I'm dying on my deathbed, what am I gonna regret? The things that I probably didn't do enough.
Right, yeah.
Which is going to shows, going to concerts. This year, like, I haven't really been to a lot of concerts. Like, I've only been to, like, Taylor Swift and Riot, barely. And
Riot is Riot Fest, a Chicago music festival.
But did I go see Drake this time? No, because I wanted to save money. But then looking at fucking, like, Instagram stories of people in a LA show, and he's, like, has his car, this Lamborghini, like, floating in the air.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, uh-huh? God damn it, I missed. Fuck. When I, like, could have, like, bought a ticket at a lower price than I usually do and gone and probably have, like, still see everything I wanted to see and, like, whatever. But I'm trying to think, like, times where I'm worried about feeling underwhelmed. Probably with restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Restaurants are ordering the wrong thing. Or both.
It is the restaurant itself. Like, is it going to be good? Is the service going to be good?
Marika and I and some other people went out to eat at an Italian restaurant on Friday. And I was kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed
because I paid my $20 or whatever, and I wasn't full.
No.
I was like, that's why I'm pissed off. I'm like, your restaurant, your job is to make me full.
Yeah.
Number one job.
I hate what these Italian restaurants are doing when they do say, like, family style. And so they trick you by saying that, where basically it's tapas a la Italian. Okay? Because when they say family style, they think it's, like, portions that you can share. No. It's not portions that you can share.
No.
But it's not.
They're, like, small portions for, like, $16, $17.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, they're playing Katy Perry, like, Teenage Dream on the fucking sound system. And I'm like, if you're trying to sell this as a fancy experience, you can't play fucking Kiss FM. Like,
it's just like, I've seen it before where they're like, it's family style, you share. I'm like, but this portion is not enough for me to share anything.
No.
Okay, I hate that shit. And the food was, like, good, but it was just like, no, like.
Oh, you know where I wasn't? So I wasn't underwhelmed. Well, so Marika and I, a few weeks ago, went to White Castle, because it's the only fast food by my house, and it fucking sucked.
Yeah, it did.
The drive-thru took forever. Our burgers had nothing on them. They were just burgers.
Right.
And we couldn't remember if that's how White Castle works or not. And then the fries had no salt on them.
Right.
And, like, if I'm going to do no salt, I'm going to do it myself at home, okay? I don't need someone else. Someone else needs, a restaurant should be salting their shit.
Right.
But Zachary and I went back on like this weekend on Friday night, we went to that White Castle. I explicitly was like, can I get a cheese slider with the pickles and everything? Put everything on it. It did take fucking forever. It took us like 15 minutes.
What the fuck are they doing?
When we went, I almost didn't go because there were like 7 cars in the drive-thru. I was like, oh, this is Marika and I all over again. Because when Marika and I went, we sat in the drive-thru for like 10 minutes before it moved.
Yeah.
Maybe 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So it did still take forever, but the food was great this time. Like, we didn't get the fries. We just got sliders. They were great, warm, cheesy, pickles, everything. Okay. So I was not underwhelmed. I was actually whelmed, you know? That's a whelming experience.
What about,
whelmed is like when you get what you want.
Yeah. Right?
Or simple pleasures. Or both.
Oh, no.
It's just like a state where, like, everything happened how it was supposed to happen. It's not too much. It's not too little.
Right.
It's what it is.
Yeah. I want you to talk about the grocery store.
What about the grocery store?
The Greek grocery store with Zachary.
Oh, that was underwhelming. Okay, so quickly, my brother was here this weekend. On Saturday, he's like, we could go to this art thing or this other art thing. He's like, or we can go to this Greek grocery store called Brilaki's in Niles. And like maybe then hang out with our friend Ian who lives in Des Plaines after. So I was like, okay, that seems cool. We like stop by the grocery store and then hang out with Ian. Mm-hmm. It was like so cold on Saturday. So basically getting the grocery store without a car, we had to take the L to a bus. We had to wait 40 minutes for that bus in the cold. Finally get on that bus, drops us off in Niles. Just like, I was expecting a big grocery store, like a big kind of fancy. We're in the suburbs, right? It's not the city. Nice. No, we roll up at the strip mall. It's like cars are racing past us because it's like off of like Milwaukee and Niles. It's like old, dusty. I mean, I don't want to throw like Brie Lockies into the bus because they were like really nice and cute there, but it's not like something you go on a voyage to do. Mm-hmm. It's like we went on a voyage to buy dolmades in a fucking can. That we went on a voyage to buy dolmades in a can. I don't know how to say any. That's grape leaves. Like, I don't know how to say anything more than that. Like, it was just like canned food, and it was like, sure.
Can't you buy that on Amazon?
Yes. Or I'm sure, like, actually, I don't even know in Chicago because all the Greek grocery stores have closed, which is part of the reason why Zachary wanted to go, because that one in Greektown burned down, and the one in Ukrainian Village, I think closed. But I don't know. So that was very underwhelming. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the most of it. We're here. I'm gonna buy Ouzo. Never bought that before. And then we're gonna go, and then we're gonna talk to the owner and get a little,
experience.
Let's make it more of an experience. And the owner was very cute, and it was a very Greek experience where like he like stopped to like talk to us for like 10 minutes about where do you live in the city? What do you do? How do you get to work? How do you get to work? Oh, you live in Michigan? Oh, interesting. I opened this place in the 80s. That's my son. He does that. Like a whole like friendly conversation, which I expected from Greek people because that's how they are. And then we bought halva, which is like a weird lightweight fudge, and went to Ian's and ate the halva and did ouzo shots. Should we do questions? We have a question. We actually have 2.
So someone sent a question like, my friend keeps complaining about dating. Is there a way to tell her she reeks of desperation and is scaring off guys in a nice way?
And we were informed that like she does a lot of after the first date type of stuff. Like a lot of like desperate tactics after the first date of like texting too much and all that stuff. So yeah, how do you talk to a friend about that? Because you don't want to like put them down, right? Right.
And I guess for me it's like easier said than done, but like now that I'm like older, I'm like this new mentality of like, I'm just gonna fucking say it and give you some tough love, and if you could take it, take it. If you don't, don't. But like, I'm not gonna like tiptoe around your feelings because obviously doing that is not really helping you.
Right. No. Yeah.
But again, like, this is not my friend and I don't know this person, and like probably if it was my friend, I probably wouldn't take my own advice. Like, I probably would tiptoe around their feelings. But like, I think it's like you're not helping them, and that's like preventing them from finding happiness. And really what the real problem is like, why is this friend so desperate? Why does she associate like maybe like getting a boyfriend with happiness? Like, she should be happy being herself on her own, being alone, and that's why she's like maybe so
it could
desperate.
also be maybe she's desperate to have kids.
Maybe
And she's like, time's ticking.
Probably. That could be too. But like you could have kids on your own. It's hard, but that's a possibility, and I've always looked at that possibility for me since I was like 25.
Yeah.
So.
When is this podcast gonna find us boyfriends?
I don't know.
That you guys, this is why we started this podcast. We were like, we'll start a podcast, get boyfriends.
Yeah. Or girlfriends.
And they can help us wash dishes. Or girlfriends. Not for me. Maybe for Rika. I don't know. Maybe for me. I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Who knows?
My advice here, I feel like I would be like, hey, like, how's your dating thing going? And they're like, it's not good. And I'd be like, how honest do you want me to be with my advice
love this question.
to you?
I love this question.
I think bring up honesty is good. Because then it kind of like eases them into the tough love thing.
Right. Yeah, that's good. For me, I just like ram it right in.
Right.
I'm just like, this is okay. Like, this is what you need to be doing. Like, if you're sending these sexy pictures after date 1, they don't fucking deserve that shit. What are you getting out of that? What are they giving to you? Nothing. What have you done for me lately? Is the mentality.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Yep. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't done shit. Why am I going to send you the sexy picture?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there too. I've sent sexy pictures out of like, hey, like, I want more attention. But like, that's because I've established something already with this person.
Yeah.
You know?
In the early stages, it's so fragile. It's so fragile, which is really frustrating. But you can't push too hard because they'll break it.
And I think like maybe paint a picture for your friend. Because like, how would be like, if a guy was acting the way you are, like sending a dick pic or like a bathroom selfie to you after date 1, how would you feel?
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense to you? Would you be grossed out or would you be into it?
Right.
Because if you're into it, then you know what? Go for it. If you're into that, go for it. But if you don't want that same behavior back, like, no, then don't do that.
From Marika's mouth to your ears. Okay, so then one more question. So, I don't know if you guys remember this question from like a few weeks ago, but our friend wrote in and he asked about Halloween costumes. Mm-hmm. And he wrote back to update us. After traveling to Orlando for Universal Halloween's Horror Nights and visiting the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, a costume decision was made, and he's going to be a wizard a la Harry Potter.
Yay! Yay! We did that!
We did it, but he went to Florida and he found the truth. And he also included a picture of himself as a pirate because that was our suggestion, and I'm like a little turned on.
Oh, yeah.
By my friend as a pirate. But he wrote a new question. So, which one do you prefer, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Pepsi. I can't believe we both prefer Pepsi because everyone hates on Pepsi all the time.
I know. I don't know why. But every time I go to a movie theater, like, I want Pepsi. Like, I don't want fucking Coke. Get that fucking shit away from me. Okay? It's too sweet. I like the carbonation and... No.
But people usually complain that Pepsi is too sweet.
I know. I don't know what is happening. But I think Coke is too sweet.
What about RC Cola?
My dad,
I like RC, too.
My dad loves RC.
I will always say Pepsi because my family is a Pepsi family because my great uncle owned a Pepsi bottling plant, and that's what paid for my college. Thank you.
So he's thankful. He's not going to bite the hand that feeds him.
Yeah, so I have to basically love Pepsi forever because it's fueled my dreams. But I do want to taste test them side by side. I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be like a fun thing to do at like a party because it's so easy. Pepsi, Coke, RC.
And like 7-Up and Sprite.
And a Sierra Mist.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget about Sierra Mist. I'll have a vodka and Sierra Mist, please. So, this is a Pepsi podcast. Pepsi, please give us money.
Please.
Okay, we have to our successes of the week.
Oh, do I have one?
Did you? Right. Fuck.
What is mine? I don't have one, really. Like, I don't...
Oh, I have one. It's not super exciting. So, basically, at work... We have been jamming on this brand for their, like, 2019 campaign. I'm going to try to make this, like, easy for you guys because I know that advertising is a whole different weird world. But basically, we have to plan out what's the big idea for 2019. What is the idea where that all the ads are going to be produced out of? Because ads usually come out of, like, a big overarching concept. Oh, like, Lowe's was like... what was there's like go big and go home. And out of that idea is like, okay, we're helping people do bigger projects and do more things at home, be more ambitious. That's like that's an idea.
Doing it yourself.
Yeah.
DIY.
Yeah, DIY. That's a whole idea. So we have to think of these 2019 ideas. Last year we had like a month. This year we had like 2 weeks or a week and a half, it felt like. So it was like, and it's so much writing. So we have to write these idea statements that are like inspiring and moving and like funny and like to like really sell the idea. And it was like go and like we were literally like, I was at the editing studio editing the commercial I went to California for a different brand. While I was there, we were like working with the editor to do edits, I'm writing the idea statements for this other brand. Like 2 assignments at once. And I was like, this is crazy. And I'm a pretty slow writer. And this time I was like, Maz, you gotta just put some words on the page. Put some fucking vomit on the page. Put whatever down. And just, then you'll fix it. But don't try to be too perfect and think about the whole thing in your head. Because that's what I always do. So I think that was a success. Because somehow it got done. And it was very firing on all cylinders. But we're good. We'll see if our ideas are chosen. Because, yeah.
I guess my success of the week is like doing overtime at work. So at work right now, our session is not very good. Like our goal, we are probably not gonna hit our goal. Like it's just a realistic expectation that we should have.
Yeah.
And like this session, I feel like we probably thought like, oh, we have plenty of time to change things, yada yada yada, because that's what happened last session. And now it's like the last week of the session before classes start, and we're like, fuck. So probably like my manager keeps asking like for OT, and like I feel like I'm like the only one that's doing overtime. Like no one else was doing it in our team, which is very surprising. And I like did a shit ton. I felt like I did shit, like because I had like 3 late nights in a row, and then I did overtime on a Friday for like 1 hour. So I feel like just showing like initiative that I care about our goals, I guess. I don't know, guys.
No, wait, that's huge. Like, you're like, I care, I'm putting the work in, and they're not, and like, look at me.
Yeah, I'm trying for that. I mean, they are putting the work in, I'm sure, but like, I'm trying to think if anyone else is doing overtime. Well, actually, a few people were, but not as much as I was. I hope it like didn't go unnoticed.
Yeah. You guys, Marika's killing it, okay? And you need to see that.
With my like 2 jobs.
Okay, guys, that's our show. Our guy, the person who emailed us about the Halloween thing, that's like, we love that. Like, he like took our advice, he followed up on our thing. Like, yes, like, we
Zachary did that too.
Yeah, my brother did that too. So like, you can email us questions, but you can also just email us like if you took our advice or comments about the show or like pictures of your Halloween costume or like whatever.
Just
we love it.
Yeah, we love
it.
Talking to our viewers and stuff.
Yeah.
Our listeners.
You can like send us boyfriends, whatever, in the mail. We'll take it.
Yeah, we will.
So idkpod@gmail.com.
Or idkwhatI'mdoingpod and on Insta.
Yeah. Tell your friends. We always want more listeners.
We probably should be on Twitter. I'll work on that.
Oh, I guess we could be. But that's it. So, bye failures.